All right, Cyclops has been buffed. Let's discuss. Yeah, so Cyclops has been buffed. He has unblockable passive attacks. He has passive precision, prowess, power efficiency, and tactical charges. And we're going to dive all into that. But first, we got to discuss his combo. What is his combo like? Now, I won't lie. His combo, I like this buff version of Cyclops. It was nice. It was fluent. It didn't feel clunky. It was kind of smooth. Now, it was definitely different because I'm used to playing the old Cyclops, and I did make a few mistakes here and there. But overall, I really like the buff Cyclops. I feel like his damage is better. He's more fun to play now. He's a lot easier to play. It can be a little bit AI dependent, depending on the situation and how fast you want to ramp him up. But overall, I think Kabam knocked out the park. I absolutely love his animations now. He reminds me of the 90s cartoon Cyclops. I feel like they definitely based it off him, and he just looks great, in my opinion. But what are his strengths? Let's discuss his strengths. Well, if it wasn't obvious already, Cyclops, his optical blast, a lot more powerful and a lot more deadly in certain matchups. So yeah, his optical blast absolutely knocked out the park with this. I actually love it. The damage is crazy. Also, True Focus. He has True Focus now against non-tech champions, and that means he's going to directly counter one of the most annoying defenders in the game, which is Bullseye, his constant invade. So yeah, he just starts and he doesn't even need to be awakened. And his power efficiency is really good too. Now when you throw your SP2, when he's ramped up, you retain some power. And you can definitely chain the specials on and just knock the opponent out. And they're unblockable too, so that's another plus. But he does have some weaknesses. One of the weaknesses is he's kind of like, cowardice. If you can put cowardice on him, his power efficiency isn't going to be as effective, and it can definitely hinder his attack, in my opinion. But that's for every mutant. Also, power punishment. Like right now, since he does have power efficiency with Doom, I can continue to steal his power and just continue to throw specials at him all day. And another thing, he's kind of relied on his critical damage or critical rating. Champions with critical resistance, like Mr. Sinister here, is gonna, be kind of a hindrance to Cyclops, but it won't slow him down that much. Let's talk about his immunities. He doesn't have any immunities, unfortunately. Moving on, what is he like Awaken? Now, in my opinion, his Awaken ability wasn't that bad. While leading the charge, Cyclops stores 90% of the damage taken from bleeds and physical thorns as adrenaline, which is very unique, and I think he's probably the first champion to have that ability. And for each other X-Men champion on team, Cyclops enters the first fight with a persistent tactical charge, and each increasing the personal prowess potency by 2% flat, and his personal true focus and precision duration by 1 second. Winning the fight grants Cyclops 1 charge, max stack 10. Now, I will say, I don't think he needs his, well, I'll say this, for the the physical thorns and the bleed, he can benefit from his awaken ability a lot, but I would say he's fine at low sig. I don't think I would put SIGs into him. I would just want him for that bleed and that physical thorns as a 7-star champion. But other than that, I wouldn't invest 6 stones, and I wouldn't use a generic awakening gem on him, but maybe a mutant. His prestige is 26,960, so pretty decent prestige in my opinion. And yeah, I did like his awakened ability, but not at high sig. What's he like on defense? Now, gotta be honest here, wasn't really impressed with him on defense. I feel like he's kind of a weaker defender. He's definitely more so built for offense. So I feel like any of the nukes in the contest will easily destroy him on defense. I feel like in Battlegrounds, he's definitely going to be used as an offensive option. And you probably will rarely see him on defense at all. Even as a 7-star, I just don't think he's going to be that good of a defender, because I feel like he's easily countered, and since he doesn't have any immunities, tech champions will destroy him, and any champion that will put damage over time effects on your defender, Cyclops is going to be really weak against. So wouldn't recommend for him for defense at all. Now for stat focus, I would recommend Adrenaline for stat focus, because he does, when he's awakened, he benefits from that adrenaline with the Thor's damage that he stores and the bleed damage that he stores. And as a defender, I would recommend special damage, because he's going to be constantly throwing his specials, and while you're fighting him on defense, I definitely recommend baiting out his SP1, because that SP2 is probably going to be unblockable, and his SP2 is really difficult to dex. That's just my opinion. Leave a comment below if you went with a different route, but I think these are the best stat focuses for him, in my opinion. Let's talk about Relics next up. I think the Relic best for him would be the Storm Relic, because Cyclops and Gleam deal energy damage, and Storm Relics will definitely support that. And you know, with that paired with the unblockable and the paralysis effect, he's going to be hitting like a nuke. So the Storm Relic for him for the Relic. And the Mastery I recommend, I will say, I don't think he's going to be good for the damage Masteries at all, simply because he doesn't heal, and he throws repeated specials, so I think he's going to be a terrible choice. But I think Cruelty will help with his critical rating, and it will definitely maximize his damage. But other than that, there aren't really many good Masteries that are directly for him besides Cruelty. But leave a comment below. Now, what are my overall thoughts on him? Well, overall, I think this was a great buff. He does have some pros and cons. One of the pros is he has great damage. He's easy to play, fine at low sig, and his sig ability when he's awakened, the fact that he'll store and bleed and physical thorns damage, absolutely great. I love that. One of the cons is he has kind of a slow ramp up. He can be AI dependent if you're trying to really ramp him up fast in battlegrounds. He's a really weak defender, and he kind of needs a awakening if you want to take advantage of that physical and stored damage. But overall, I think this was a great buff. He's so much more fun to play now. There's so much he can do. His damage, I've seen videos already of people doing close to 1 million damage with this guy. So I feel like in battlegrounds, he's going to be an offensive nuke. Outside of taking tech champions, I think he'll be able to take pretty much any champion in the game. And the fact that you can easily, you know, get his precision, and if you intercept, which can be kind of AI dependent depending on how the AI plays in battlegrounds, he's gonna do some things fast in battlegrounds, in a lot of fights fast. But you know, that's just my opinion. Leave a comment below if you feel otherwise. But overall, I think this was a solid buff, and I feel like he's gonna definitely be used in a contest frequently moving forward. So great job, Kabam. But yeah, if you did like this video, please hit that like button. And for anyone new here, if you can hit that sub button, I'll greatly appreciate it. Y'all take care. Have a great and wonderful day.